Good evening, everyone. I'm Katie, your MC for tonight's show, and I want to thank you all for coming. If I can help you in any way, please IM me. As you may know, we showcase talents, businesses, and the different cultures here on Second Life, and we are always on the lookout for new guests. So if you are in entertainment, arts, a builder, the head of a clan, etc., or if you would like to be one of our sponsors, please contact our stage manager, our host Pam, Josie Wells, or myself. You can also find us on Facebook as well as our website, and we have an email address if you would like to contact us through any of these venues. On the wall to your left, next to the subscriber, sitting on the floor, you can click to join our group, Electris Enterprises. Or if your groups are filled up, you can click on the subscriber to receive information on up-and-coming shows. We have a wonderful store here on the Sim called Just Pam's, with something for just about everyone. Please feel free to stop by and check it out. We have an awesome show lined up for you tonight with guests Jade Taylor, Captain Kimbo, and Harmonia Trifle. Here's Pamela.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Everybody give it up for Miss Katie Cansey. I never even asked her how to pronounce that last name. She did an awesome job. I'm telling you guys. She just came in not too long ago and just joined us. And I think she delivered very well. A little nervous, but she gonna get it because it was like a last minute. Everybody give it up for her again. Right there in the audience, Katie. We have an interesting show today, as Katie was saying. We, as usual, I like to always say a little this and say a little that, and I came across a reading. I read it, one show, and that show, it wasn't many people here, but it was so, I think, it's about youth. And for us to think like we do, we people, maybe toggle. We're in local, Nicola. Nobody hear anything? Can anyone hear me before I go on any further? Jade hear me? Okay, can Safi or Jade tell them how to hear me? Toggle, I'm not in the stream. I'm in local talking. Nicola, can you hear me now? Or maybe you're sure you have your voice on. Okay. Yes, you must have a voice on. Type in here someone and let them know they have to have local voice on. Maybe go into their preference or tell them how to do it if you don't mind. So I can go on with the show. They will help you. I have a reading here. It's by George Carlin, and I thought it was interesting. Now I'm going to start reading it again. It says, throw out non-central numbers. This includes age, weight, and height. Let the doctor worry about them. That's not why you pay them. Keep only cheerful friends. The grouches pull you down. Keep learning. Learn more about computers, crafts, gardening, whatever. Never let the brain idle. An idle mind is the devil's workshop. And the devil name is Alzheimer's. Enjoy the simple things. Laugh often, long and loud. Laugh until you gasp for breath. The tears happen, endure, grieve, and move on. The only person who is our entire life is ourselves. Be alive while you are alive. Surround yourself with what you love, whether it's family, pets, keepsakes, music, plants, hobbies, whatever. Your home is your refuge. Cherish your health. If it is good, preserve it. If it is unstable, improve it. If it is beyond what you can improve, get some help. Don't take guilt trips. Take a trip to the mall. I love the mall. To the next country, to the next county. But do not stay where the guilt is. Tell the people you love them that you love them at every opportunity you can. And always remember, life is not measured by the number of breaths we take, but by the moments that our breath away. Okay? I mean, did you all get that? I did. You know, sometimes we put so many, we got to learn to live. And I'm telling you, that's what I like about Second Life. There's so many people here that loves life and motivates me, you know, and that's one reason when I think we have the show here. Can everyone, those who had problems, can they hear now? Just give me a 1 in there before we go on, because I don't want you to miss a word that some of our guests say. They are very interesting, and they're doing a lot of things here. I don't know. Okay, Katie, can some of our guests out there, can somebody help them get voice? You got to have voice in order to hear us in local. Go into your preference and go to where it says voice chat or voice, whatever viewer you're on. But as always, you go into preference. Maybe someone can paste it on here, please. Tell, you know, and just maybe type it in and let them know to go to preference and to voice. A lot of people don't voice here. So, and they have the music on. Oh, yeah, turn the music off also. So type in here, please, Katie, type in here for them to turn their music off, and then they will be able to hear us voicing, because that might be the problem. Okay. Our first guest tonight, we're going to call in as somebody instruct the others to hear us. Her name is Miss Jade Tyler. She's an interesting woman, and I knew her before now. We had met, and she is a sweetheart. And in that, I did not know this talented woman was doing some things in here. I'm going to have her come on out, and she's going to tell you. Her name is Miss Jade Tyler. Come on out here, Jade. She is a beautiful person, and I just love her. How you doing, Jade? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. I
Awesome.
hope you can hear me.
I hear you. I hear you. Come
Okay.
on out here and give me a hug. I'm going to enjoy this interview. I accept my hug, if you don't mind, and then we're going to sit down in here and talk a little bit. And I'm going to say, first of all, welcome to my house. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
So come on over here and have a seat, and let's chat for a little while the other people get a chance to know you. And I had a table in the middle, but, you know, we're videoing, and she's doing such an awesome job that I wanted her to be able to get closer to see us better. Click it on number 5 or 4, Jade. That way we won't be bobbing up everywhere on your seat number. There we go. Okay.
All right.
Yeah. So we're gonna go down memory lane a little bit. You know, tell me what brought you here to Second Life. So many people have different stories. I want to hear what your story is.
I came into Second Life. I'm a teacher in real life, and so
Awesome.
the ISTE, the Society for Technology and Education. It's international. I went to a conference, and they said, let's get into Second Life, and so I did, and there's all kind of educational sims. It's just wonderful.
Awesome.
So that's how
Oh, well, you came in here because of in an educational mode. I've been hearing a lot about
Yes.
that. You know, a lot of universities is using Second Life as a tool for learning behavior. I said, wow. Okay.
Yes, very good.
So now, Okay, let's say you got here and everything, and what did you think once you got up in here? To tell me some of the things, not
Uh,
that you did, because I'm going off, because I haven't even done this before.
okay.
You are first on this question, okay? What
Okay.
did you think when you got here?
I don't know what's going on here. It was so, it was amazing to me. And one thing
Hmm.
was, one of the teachers said, let's go to a blues club. And I thought it
Okay.
would be just a DJ. And
Hmm.
then when
Hmm.
we got there, it was a man singing the blues, in his home, and I was in my home,
Uh-huh.
and I could not believe it. I just could not believe that there was a live singer that I could hear.
It blows your
And they were,
mind, don't it?
yes, it
It
does.
blows
Yes,
your
it does.
mind.
And I remember
Wow.
telling people, in real life, I heard a blues singer last night and didn't even leave the house, and they were thinking, you're
Uh-huh.
crazy. But,
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
but, yeah. So,
Awesome. Awesome.
yeah.
Awesome. I tell you, it's thank you, Harmonia. That's awesome. But it is amazing of how things are done here. And
Yes.
as much as I am, and I've worked with so many people on this show until it blows my mind of some of the things I'm learning each time of how things are done. You know?
Yes, I know.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah,
Um,
yeah. So now you got in here and you heard the man doing the blues and whatever,
mhm, mhm.
and now what else did you do after you got here? I mean, did you just take your time and before you started doing something? I see that in here you joined because I seen this group. It was called the Flash Dancers.
Oh,
Kind of tell me
yes.
about them. Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
we talked about
Okay.
that. Yeah.
Yes, yes. I don't know where I was at, and one of them said, join, and they were from North Carolina too. I guess it was Zolio Brando. I'm not sure. But he
Okay,
said,
okay.
join us. We talk and we listen to the singers, and then we also talk. So, anyway, they're just a bunch of wonderful people and so
Mm-hmm.
friendly. And so they'll just say, they'll send out a little group thing saying, we're going to be at this sim, come if you want to dance. And then we all meet and just talk and dance, and it's fun. It's just fun to get to know them.
Yeah, I was in that
But
group
that's,
too. I had to kind of let it go. I wasn't able to participate, but they are
yes,
some beautiful people and they just
yeah,
love to party.
yeah, they do.
Hmm.
Like to
Hmm.
talk.
Hmm.
I do too.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, they do. Okay.
Yeah.
I hear you. I hear you. I hear you. Now, you also the reason why I really and I said, wow, because your partner here is Norm. He's a singer. And welcome Norm. I gotta give a shout out to you. He was on the
Mhm.
show not too long ago, and he blew us
Yes.
away because he's got a beautiful voice. He really do.
Yes, it
But
is.
and in doing that, I learned a lot about you and
Mm.
that you actually write songs and everything.
Yes.
And
Yes.
tell me about how this go about or how you started in this writing.
Okay. Well, I was in the virtual writers. Second Life has virtual writers group,
Mhm.
and so I
Wow.
was
Okay.
I was in there, and I wrote an article for a magazine for them one time, and then Rocky Too Cool saw that I was a
Oh yeah,
writer,
he's a good friend of mine. He's awesome.
and
Hmm.
he asked me. He
So you
said,
you wrote a
if I
song for him?
two of them, we're
Wow.
gonna make a CD, but he has bad health, so I'm not sure.
Okay.
But
Okay.
anyway, he said, I see that you're a writer. If I sent you music, will you write me the lyrics? And I said, well, I can try. And
Hmm.
so
Hmm.
that's how we would go back and forth, sending the music and the lyrics back and forth. And he performs two of them. Yeah, when he performs,
Wow, that's
he
awesome. Now,
sings
had
two.
you ever written a song before, anything like that? Had you ever done anything like that before? Whether it's in
Um,
real life or in here?
yes, my mother sings, and I used to sing with her in a trio, and we would write songs together. So
Oh, so she's
yes.
a professional singer in real life?
She, well, she sort of professional, but she's gospel. She's a
Okay,
gospel
I
singer.
love gospel
Yeah.
music. That's my
Yeah,
thing.
I do
I
too.
have an
Yeah, look at
awesome I have an awesome library. I mean that I mean songs are beautiful anyway, and it touches
mhm.
you in one form or another. But I mean that
Yes.
gospel it can hit you right where that soul is.
Yeah, that's true. That's so true.
Yes, yes, yes. So so other than that, you also sing also then.
Yeah. I'd rather sing harmony. I'm leaving the whole thing up to Norm. He's the singer.
He's a
But I
singer.
like harmony. Yeah, I like harmony. I don't like the lead singing. No.
Okay, so what do you sing? Soprano, alto, what?
Alto is what I do. I do the
Wow.
backup. The backup
Well,
singer.
hey, well, listen. In my shower singing, I'm an alto, I think.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Shower singing's
Yeah,
great.
yeah, the shower singing. I think I'm good up in there, and I don't know what it is about the uh, 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 the sound in the shower. I
It's
mean,
good.
it's
It's
good.
good.
It
Yeah.
makes you. I don't know if it's because it's close and vicinities
Mhm.
or what, but I
Yeah.
think some of the worst singers can sound good in the shower.
They can't. And I used to
I,
tell the people when we
uh-huh.
first started singing, I'd tell the church people, now the Lord said make a joyful noise. And that's what I
Hey, right. I hear you. When I go to church, they had some the praise and worshipers. Every
do.
now and then, sometimes they be out of tune or something is off. I don't know if
Mhm.
it's the music. I don't know if it's the
Yeah.
singers. But I be saying, I
Yeah.
wish they would get themselves together. But like you say, make a joyful noise.
Well,
So I said,
that's
wait a minute.
right.
I got to get in here and do it for myself. You know what I'm saying? So I go in my
That's,
own, probably out of tune or whatever. In my own world
that's,
to get my thing in. I have to get my thing on too.
that's
So, but
true.
you are right. I never thought of put like that. I like that. I'm gonna have to
Mm.
use that. Make a joyful noise.
That's right.
I love it. I love it.
Mm.
Now, you also is a wed basically in here. And
Yes.
because I know I met you and whatever, and ended up getting invited to a beautiful wedding and all of that. And matter of
Mm.
fact, I think because when he came here, when Norm came, it was like the day after the wedding. So I kind of interrupted on
Yes.
the honeymoon, but he was so gracious and you were so gracious to come.
Mm.
I mean, I just love it. But so tell me about meeting this singer here a little bit and you met love and everything. So just tell us just a little
Mm.
short walk around, of how that come about. So many people look
Okay.
for love in here, so maybe you
Yeah.
can give them a little tidbit on how to do it.
Okay. All right. Well, once again, I was in the Flash Dancers group, and I had
Okay.
told them, I was going to quit SL for a while. I just got, sort of tired, and they
Mhm.
said, "Well, come and hear this singer first. Come and dance
Mhm.
with us." And
Okay.
so I said, "Okay." So I went, and there was Norm, and
Uh huh. Uh
I
huh.
I thought he had a great voice. I don't think I
Mhm.
talked to him. He didn't talk to me.
Uh huh.
But then later, I'm not sure if the Flash Dancers were at his venue again, but
Mhm.
then he
Mhm.
started talking to me. And so we got together and we just started talking, and he took me to
Mhm.
get cotton candy first on this, on this. Yeah,
Oh,
he
sweet
took
for the
me out.
sweets.
Yeah, yeah,
I see
he
his game
romanced
already. Yep,
me.
yep.
Yeah,
He had it.
yeah,
That's awesome. That's awesome.
yeah.
You know what, Jade?
So,
And everybody want to know. She is the sweetest person. I love her. I've been trying to steal her over here, but we're gonna get her one day.
yeah.
Norm gonna let go. He gonna let go a little bit. He said he gonna say, "Go ahead on," and this and that, and he gonna let us join our part over here because we have been talking. But one of these days, I know it's all new right now, so I'm gonna give up for a little bit, but I'm gonna come back. I'm coming back at you, Jade.
Okay.
Everybody, give it up for Miss Jade Tyler. And you know what, Jade? Well,
Thank
if you
you.
start singing songs or start writing, we definitely want to be able to hear that.
Okay.
I just,
Thank you.
because like I say, I love you. So everybody,
Okay.
give
Thank
it up for
you.
Miss Jade Tyler. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you, Pamela.
Yes, yes. Now, without further ado, because sometimes most of our guests, and definitely you got to come again, Jade. But we get caught up so much, and sometimes I forget we got other guests too, and I got to get to them so we can see all what they're doing here in Second Life. So, and also don't forget, thank you for the love. We have our little tip jar over here. So if you feel inclined, just put something there. That's what we work on in here. And the staff here, they're awesome. And some every now and then, they like a little something. So appreciate it. And I give them so much, but what can we say? But thank you so much. Now our next guest is Captain Kimbo. I met him as I was at what she's going to talk about and whatever. But this man right here, he's very interesting. And we know that so many people go through so many things here. And his story is, I think, will lift us up. And that's what I love about this. I'm going to ask him to come on out here. Come on out here, Captain Kimbo. He's a sweetheart of a guy, and I love talking to him. How you doing?
Oh, I'm doing good.
Awesome. Now give me that hug. Oh, we right on.
Here we go.
Okay, because I be crooked most of the time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I've used those hugs before. Which seat would you like me to sit in?
Just sit in the one by the young lady there, Miss Jade. And I'll sit on the other one. I'm going to say again, welcome to my home. I have to tell her every now and then.
Thank you once again.
Yes, you're welcome. And she told you to put it on a number besides one, I tell you, because one have us bopping up and down and all that other good stuff.
Yes.
Yes. So what brought you here to Second Life, Captain?
Well, what brought me here was back in 2009 when I was attending San Jose State University in the SF Bay Area where I live in. We had a class, part of what they call the emerging or what they call fringe media class that only met here on Second Life. We only met in a real life classroom one time during the semester, but we took our tests, we took everything here in Second Life. And after that class was over, everybody else left Second Life, but I felt that, to leave Second Life all of a sudden would be a big waste. And I was correct in thinking like that because I found a whole trove of many different things to do here in Second Life, especially for somebody like me who is considered disabled in real life. A lot of studies have shown that a virtual world
right
program.
there, because I know you're going to be. See, I'm not going to even get a chance to answer no questions because he's going to go through, but he's so interesting, guys, and just hear me on this. And this is one reason I wanted him on here, because of who he is. And that is you have, I don't know if you say, is it what do you call it? Is this called a challenge? It's not called a disability, is it? That you're getting ready to tell us about. What is it called?
For me, it's more of, an ability to do some stuff that some other people aren't able to do, because I believe the word disability is, used a bit too often and is improperly used. And if you've ever worked with people with disabilities, you realize that they have a lot of abilities that most, quote unquote, normal people do not have.
Because disability is a very, very strong word. It kind of, and it's also mental because it make you feel like it won't bring that inhibition out of you. Yeah, that's true. I never thought of it like that. Now you're what do they call you? What have you been diagnosed as?
Mild autism and ADHD. Some people like to call it Asperger's syndrome, but to break it down in simple terms, if you combine ADHD with autism, that's Asperger's.
ADHD is more hyper,
It's more related to hyperactivity, but not all people with ADHD are hyper. That's right, they used to have a description called ADD, except recently scientists using the DSM, they decided to say, well, ADHD is an umbrella term, and that ADD really doesn't exist. So it's more like a more non-hyper version of ADHD. But throughout the years, the scientists and the experts keep on changing the definitions and the diagnoses throughout the years.
That's interesting. Now you say mild autism. Now I hear this a lot. What is autism? Not wrong about, but just in a short way that we can understand. Tell me, what is autism?
It's very difficult to describe because, one person describes it this way or as another. Supposedly, scientists claim that it is a developmental disability that includes symptoms such as lack of speech, slow response to emotions, and maybe other cognitive growths. That's just a basic summary of it, but if you want to see the full definition, if you go online to Wikipedia or if you use the Diagnostic Statistics Manual, it goes really in depth into it. But then again, you also have many disabilities that are comorbid and share many similarities. So what could be a case of autism could actually be a case of, especially in girls, there's something called Rett syndrome, which is very similar to autism, but it kicks in at a certain age. So when girls are diagnosed, it does become a bit more difficult to determine whether it is Rett syndrome or if it's autism, because they run so parallel and they share so many features, except Rett's has one feature that comes later on down the road. So you really cannot diagnose it properly, from what I heard, until like age 7 or 8.
Now, when I've seen, because some of stars, we have a few stars here in America that has children that's autism, that's have autism. Now, and I hear them say, or I have seen on some documentaries when they first show a child that's autism, is described more or less they live in their own world or in their own mind. They don't really interact with anybody else in the world. Not that they not hear or aware, but I don't know if it's a choice or don't know how to come out of their own mind or don't trust the world.
Well, for me, I have an issue with the way the media portrays it, because what they're portraying is like a stereotype that, all people who are autistic, can't talk or don't know what's going on or can't interact with people. To be honest with you, people who are disabled, we know what is going on, and, we have our own way of interacting with people, because, the way that I see it is that, if I work with kids with autism in real life, and what you learn is that they have certain ways that they feel comfortable interacting with you. Like how you and I are talking right now. Some people may find that very uncomfortable and they may not want to talk. And some people may find it very uncomfortable to actually, verbally express themselves. So they express themselves through art, through music, through whatever hobbies that they have. As I mentioned before, I work at a place called Via West Services, which is located here in the SF Bay Area. I don't want to go off topic, but for the audience here who lives here in the San Francisco Bay Area, if you're familiar with a place called Science Camp up by Stevens Creek Reservoir in the Cupertino Hills, that's where we're located at. And we are a rehabilitation respite program. And what we do is that we have people with various disabilities. They come to us for the weekend, starting on Friday afternoons through Sunday afternoons. And we have different themed programs that run the whole weekend long. So they stay there overnight. We have various fun activities, and and on the last day, it is really hard for a counselor like myself not to cry when the client goes home, because you build a bond with them during those 2.5 to 3 days. And I've worked with kids and adults who have autism and or Down syndrome or various other disabilities, and you actually find out that a lot of them deserve more credit than what people give to them, because in many terms, they come from situations where people don't give them the credit that they deserve, or people, put them down, like say, oh, I don't think he understands what's going on, or he doesn't know how to do this, or he or she doesn't know how to do that. But in reality, if you give them the tools, and if you take your time to show them how to do things, they'll do it. Arts and craft, talent show. I mean, we've had scenarios where the parents come in saying, oh yeah, my son, he can't sing or he doesn't like being on stage. And then during the weekend, they go on stage and they're able to dance, the Gangnam Style right on stage.
A lot of, to bring it back all into the thing too, a lot of it almost sounds like autism sometimes. I mean, it's really about self-confidence, isn't it? In some ways. I mean, I'm not saying that's a lighter part of it, because I think we all got a little bit of that in us sometimes when we started something, or people are shy about going in front of other people sometimes, and like you say, speaking. Right. And also, go ahead.
And then also another thing that I want everybody to know is that psychology and the field of medicine isn't a solid science. It isn't an exact science. It is, throughout the years, as you notice, the diagnoses are constantly changing. They change the diagnosis every time they find a different research breakthrough. So it is a science based on what they know.
Yeah, it's a guessing game too, like doctors, even.
So there are a lot of cases where people who are diagnosed as being autistic really aren't autistic. They may have something else. It may actually be a personality issue or whatnot. Well, what I would really like to focus on. Oh, I'm sorry.
Wait a minute, but hold up. But what I really want to do too, I'm going to, because Katie, she sent me. We were talking about autism, and she went and looked it up. I'm also going to send it on here for those who's interested, so you can look in local, and you can copy and paste it, because I think pretty much you've hit on it. It's, and they found out, from what I'm understanding too, on a little bit of the autism, when they do come out of that shell or that dark room, or some people have described it as, or that closed door, that a lot of them are above the average intelligence. They they on a borderline of genius at times. And it's almost like, I said, well, maybe they say, well, hey, they're not doing nothing that I'm interested in. So until I feel it's something I'm interested in, I'm not going to interact in it. So I think that's like, if that glass is half full or is it half empty, that might be a good way to think about some things too.
Right. Well, see, not all people diagnosed with autism have these special abilities. The people with the special abilities, the correct term for it is called a savant. If many people are familiar with the Dustin Hoffman and Tom Cruise film Rain Man.
Yes, Rain Man. Yeah, that was a very good movie. I love that movie.
That was actually based on the biography of a man in Utah. He was not autistic, but he had a certain, I forgot what was the disability he had, but apparently the connection between the right lobe and the left lobe of his brains was apparently did not exist. But he was a savant. Like, you could tell him the specific date that you were born, and he could calculate backwards to tell you what day it was. He had the ability, due to the issue of his brain, the two lobes not being connected, he could read 2 pages of a book at once. One eye focusing on the right page and the other eye.
Because we have another guest too, and I know I'm going to have you on a special day, because you got so much information that I think people need to know.
Let me go ahead and post the
wait a minute. I'm just trying to, because I know how it works. Because I have had foster children that I've had. They had the ADHD and things, so I say I have to get up in here, or I'm going to have a show just for you on this one. But let's get off of the autism, because I think that's so awesome. But what makes it even more awesome is that you have a job here that you do, and you do it very well here in Second Life, because you represent, you work for a boat company here. What's the name of that company again?
JP Collections.
Yes, and if anybody have boats or yachts here, I'm telling you, this man, he works for, and I'm going to get him on the show one day too, but he has an awesome collection of boats that's here. And you are the manager there, if I'm not mistaken. Am I right?
Yes, I am. Yep, I'm the shop manager there and also in charge of HR at times.
So if anybody say, I can't, I got a disability, you're proof here to say, oh, yes, you can. It's something that you can do. There's a niche somewhere that we can do. I mean, whether, it's a mental thing that we're going through or a physical thing. If we try, if we put it in our mind that we want to do something, all we got to do is at least try. My grandfather used to say, try and fail and try, but we won't never know that we failed unless we tried it.
Right.
The sad thing is not trying at all. I mean, you motivate me. Now, if I'm not mistaken, too, I think you have a little something for our guests. Am I right?
Yes, I have the website to my organization via services.
I'm talking about from where you're working at. Yes, that too.
Yes, yes.
Go ahead.
Yes, I work at Via West Services in real life, which is, as I mentioned earlier, the respite program, respite/rehabilitation program for kids and adults with disabilities. And right now we are trying to go public because we've been around since, from what I know, the late 40s through early 50s. But even people in the area don't know about it. So we are right now.
I'm going to have to have you on another day so we can get that info, because I got a thing on here that I'm going to put here in the local. I believe it's a YouTube website you have on here. I didn't do your interview, so I don't know what that's about, but I'm going to put that in here. But I was saying something too. Those websites that you want, I want, as I'm bringing my next guest in, for you to be able to put it into the local chat down here, copy and paste it there. But I was saying, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that you were going to give away a boat of some sort to our guest that's here, to the audience that's here, for JP Collections. Am I right on that?
Yes.
Yes. So what I'm going to do is, because we do have another guest here, and I'm going to have you back again, Captain. And I'm going to have you on a special day, because you got some information I think that we all need to know, whether we know somebody, hear of somebody like that. I think we all need to be sensitive enough to know how to react and how to treat people, whether whether they can do what we do or not. And I think that's interesting and a must in our society. But what I'm going to have everybody do that's here, our audience, for their IMU, and IMU saying boat or whatever, and you can give them that gift like that, okay? And that'll keep it simple. Okay?
Yes.
Everybody, and we definitely got to have you back again. I just love the information, because I know we could go on, and I'm going to definitely get you back on again, and I hope you enjoyed it, and we'll come back. Everybody give it up for Mr. Captain Kimbo. I mean, this, like I said, he's very interesting, and I love it. And don't forget, you never know what you're going to get here. I guess they give away things and whatever. Just go into his box, and he will give you what he has to give you, and I'm sure you'll love it. So he's gonna sit in the other seat over here by me, Captain Kimbo. Turn your mic off and just come over in the other seat for me as we have our other guests come in. Okay? Our next guest, everybody, and thank you so much there, sis. I'm going to have to call her sis. Hey, Jennifer, thank you for the love that you've given. We can definitely deal with that. Thank you so much. And we have Jennifer Beverly here. She is of the Playboy Mansion that's here. Here in Second Life. She has an awesome sim, so be sure to go over there or hit her up. Scorpion Burner, he's another singer that's here. Thank you so much for coming. And again, Norm, he was here. I don't see him now. But thank you so much for coming. Now, our next guest, she's going to come. And I love this lady too. She's just, I mean, she's always in my box. And I said, okay, I thought maybe she wanted some at first. She said, no, I'm just saying hi. I love it. I love it. And she's going to come on out here. Miss Harmonia Trefo. Now, I mess up names, but I know they're going to forgive me. And if I said it right, can you scoot over one chair, the chair on the other end, Captain Kimbo, for me? While I give Miss Harmonia a hug. Come on over here, girl, and hug me. How you doing today? Turn your mic on. Yeah. How you doing? Thank you so much. While she gets her mic on and everything, I'm sure it's just technical. Come on over here and have a seat. Welcome to my home, girl. Yeah, and put it on number 4 or 5, and that way we can sit and chat for a little while. While she's getting her mic on, when she does, I will hear her. Can you hear me, Harmonia?
Hello, can you hear me?
There it goes.
All right.
Yeah, now I do.
Sorry, we had to do a little bit of different audio because I was helping out the folks that don't have it out there for voice, so we're streaming it through my stream and in voice. So this is kind of different for me.
Okay. Well, cool. You got to learn how to do that. Let me. Okay, I'm gonna tune down a little bit. Maybe if, well, you won't be able to hear me if I came out of logo.
No.
Right. Okay. Oh, so can everyone hear her well without an echo? And myself too. I'm loud for me. I'm hearing myself too loud. Is there something?
Let me see if I can turn it down a little bit.
Yeah, turn down this a little bit. I think it's the booster or something.
Okay, that should help it out a little bit.
Okay, how about that, everybody? Can you still hear it? Maybe I'm sitting up next to her. And it's okay, yeah, that's when she turned that down. I think the echo is gone now.
For me, let me see if I can get rid of it. There, that should be good.
Now that's perfect for me. Can everybody hear it better now without the echo and all of that? Okay, awesome. Okay, yeah. Yeah, you got to learn how to do that. Yes, you do. So now we're going to go on because we definitely got to go into another phase on this. Now, how you enjoying yourself so far? I've been trying to get you on here for a while.
I love it, and both Jade and Captain Kimbo were absolutely just fascinating, and
yes.
I know some folks with autism as well, so that was really interesting for me to listen to. And Jade, I did not know you right, so that was cool too.
Yeah, it is. So hey, you might have to hit her up. See, that's what it is about. You know, I love this setup that we have on the show because I learn. I'm a people person anyway. But just learning all what people do, we have some talented people here in Second Life. You know, I mean, they're coming out of real life, and then we have some people who. That's what I like about the show. We have some people who don't know how talented they are. You know, until they start talking. So, you do this and that. Hey, you know, and it can go on into real life.
Oh, that's absolutely true. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it is. You know, even singing and whatever they're doing, building. You know, I never built before, but I like tinkering. But I'm learning how to build a little bit.
I did a little building when I first started, but when I found singing in Second Life, that became my calling.
Okay, I got you. So now, what brought you here to Second Life?
I actually was watching an episode of CSI. I don't remember which brand it was, if it was New York or the regular CSI, and they did an episode where they featured Second Life, and at the end of that, they put a URL to go to Second Life and check it out, and I thought, this is amazing, this is fascinating. So I looked it up, and I became an avatar and wandered around aimlessly for a while, not knowing what I was doing. Lots of people helped me, and that's how I discovered Second Life. And I've been here for over 6 years, so.
Wow. That's awesome. That's awesome. You know, and you telling me CSI, you telling me the famous show that was on, actually talked about Second Life.
Yes, actually, their whole episode was based on Second Life. Somebody was murdered, and they used Second Life because it had to do with the people knew each other through Second Life. I don't remember. It was several years ago. And I've never seen the episode on as a rerun, so I can't remember exactly the premise. But they linked it up with Second Life, and they even used, like I said, gave the URL at the end for people to check it out. So I did.
That's awesome. That's awesome. You know, I'm waiting to see that one. If you ever see or hear that it's coming on, would you please put it in my mind? I don't care if I'm on or not. I say CSI is coming on, and I'll look for it. I really will, because I want to see that, because that sounds like fun. I'm in there.
Yes.
Now, you sing, and you've been singing here in Second Life. Tell me, do you sing in real life also?
Yes, I do. Not professionally. I sing in real life. I sometimes sing with a friend of mine who plays guitar. Actually, a couple of guys that help me out playing guitar for me, and because I'm just now learning how to play ukulele, but basically I'm not very good enough to accompany myself. So I do that. I've done some cabaret type music in real life, just for fun. But my career has become Second Life. I just love singing here in Second Life. The fans, I've created a fan base here that's just incredible. Some of them are out there. Hello, guys.
All right. Hey.
Gotta give a shout out to them.
Oh, yeah.
They support me so well. They really do.
Yeah. That's awesome. Now, because I came the other day and I seen you had quite a few people there. I said she has a beautiful following, and because I noticed that sometimes with singers, they do it so many times a day or a week or whatever. Of course, sometimes people end up something else to do or whatever, and I guess you get big crowds at times and smaller crowds. But how do in entertaining here? Tell me how do that affect you? I know you love singing, but do the audience, what do your fans bring to you? I've never really even asked this question. What do your fans bring to you? And that makes you feel, because I know on the outside, like if I'm there, it's every now and then, if I even before I tip or after I tip, every now and then that will acknowledge me. I say, I like that. It makes me feel good.
Yeah. Well, the ones, there's some folks, the little girls that are out there sitting at that front table, Diana, Lynn, Ruth, Nikki, Chrisabel, Stranger, Sharni, and boys too, because Sharni's a boy. They come to almost every show. They're friends. I've got other friends out there. Quinn, David, Big Bear. There's other ones. Carter. There's just so many people who come to my show, and I don't want to leave anybody out. So if I left you out, I'm so sorry if you're listening. And the regulars, it's just so nice to see them and call them friends. And then, meeting the new folks, getting to see new people out there and getting to know them. And I try to invite each and every person that comes to my show, if they're there for more than, a minute or two, to my group and as a friend. And I do TP people and do conferences, so I let them know ahead of time that they're going to get those, and it's always a choice for them if they want to accept that or not. But I try to tell them hello and talk to them and be friendly with them as well, because I'm not just a singer here in SL. I want to get to know people and be friends with them. And
So what else
as
do you
well.
do in here? You know, because I know we got to hear this voice. So, you know what I mean? But what else do you do in here besides singing? You know, but some people I've noticed they come in just to sing, and some, you know, actually have a life here, and they enjoy Second Life also besides the entertainment.
Well,
Where are you in that?
with my partner, Second Street Gasser, we go out and we go dancing and listen to other artists. We've actually gone to Norm Reynolds shows, and then we have a motorcycle and a car. We go out driving or motorcycling or exploring Second Life. Just a lot of different fun things. Watch movies. We've watched quite a few movies on our net screen that we have at our house. So, you know, just hang out.
Awesome. So for those for those people who haven't become a fan yet, and who have never been to your show, somebody put in my box. I got some awesome staff here, and they know you. And she said, ask her about her contest that you have, and that's something different because I never really heard of that, of a singer doing that. So tell us a little bit about your contest, and that's going to be the last question, and then I'm going to turn you over to sing after that.
Okay. Real quickly, at each show I do a contest, and it's based on how much is in my tip jar. It's 10% of what's in my tip jar at the time I do the contest, as long as I've raised at least 1,000 lindens in my tip jar. So the lowest you can win is $100, linden dollars. And it can be a trivia type question, a multiple choice, or it could be a theme song challenge, which I play a song in the stream from a movie or television show, and you have to tell me where that song comes from. And people want as much as 500 lindens. It really just depends on how much is in my tip jar.
Now, you know what? You are a lady who know how to make things happen. You know, because now, you know, that right there shows some interactive with some of your audience and whatever. And even though it's just a little bit, in other words, you're giving back something to your fans. That's awesome.
Oh, yeah.
I like that. Hey, look, that's what you call thinking out of the box. I know the first time I ever heard that is thinking out of the box. That's
what I try to do.
I like that.
And
but
make
you know what?
Make it fun for them.
Yeah, I hear you. Make it fun. I'm gonna have to come with me some money. I need some.
You just have to follow the rules and be first. That's all.
Be first to say the answer. I hear you. I'm gonna be the first. I'm gonna have to think up. I'm gonna have to think up something. You know, I'm gonna be the first one to answer that. I tell you, crazy staff. Now we can go get paid. We're going to our show.
There you go.
But you gotta have hopefully enough people that are we can make that money here. I'm just kidding. But you know what? I love it, and I love your personality. But I'm not gonna hold you up anymore. I want everybody to hear you. And you're gonna give us a few songs up here. You can stand up there, over there by the little gold thing, or wherever you want, and give it to us like you know, just like we would anywhere else. Also, I want to tell everyone that you're welcome to dance as she's getting set up here. You're already in the stream, as you know.
All right.
But everybody would get up and dance. Just party as she's coming to us. Let's give it up for Miss Harmonia. How you say it now? Say it. Harmonia. Trifold.
It's Harmonia Trefoil.
Trefoil. Okay, I'm bad with names. Forgive me. Okay, everybody give it up.
crazy. I'm crazy for feeling so lonely. I'm crazy, crazy for feeling so blue. I knew you'd love me as long as you wanted, and then someday you'd leave me for somebody new. Worry, why do I let myself worry? Wondering what in the world did I do? Oh, crazy for thinking that my love could hold you. I'm crazy for trying and crazy for crying, and I'm crazy for loving you. Crazy for thinking that my love could hold you. I'm crazy for trying and crazy for crying, and I'm crazy for loving you. Thank you very much, guys. I'm going to sing one more for you before we close out Pamela's show. And this is a showstopper. I call this one a showstopper. And somebody out there is going to need to catch my eyeballs at the end because they pop out of my head. Not really, but you guys get the picture. Start spreading the news. I'm leaving today. I wanna be a part of it. New York, New York. These vagabond shoes are longing to stray and step around the heart of it. New York, New York. I wanna wake up in the city that doesn't sleep to find I'm king of the hill, oh, top of the heap. My little town blues are melting away. I'll make a brand new start of it in old New York. If I can make it there, I'd make it anywhere. It's up to you, New York, New York. New York, New York. I wanna wake up in the city that doesn't sleep to find I'm king of the hill, head of the list, cream of the crop at the top of the heap. My little town blues are melting Thank you so very, very much. Oh, somebody's mic is on. We're getting feedback. I don't know whose mic might be on, but somebody's mic is on. Anyway, hugs and squishes to all of you. I'm going to drop my stream now in 3, 2, 1, and disconnected.
Give it up, everyone, for Miss Harmonia. She was awesome, wasn't she? Give it up, everybody.